Yes, people, what's happening? Journeyman, we're back again.
Come
Bon
on,
Salsa AU. How you
come
feeling, man?
on. Hey, I feel like it's 99 again. I'm telling you, I'm
You say
delirious.
Carrick's bringing the vibes back.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you, 99, oh 08 vibes. Oi, got me feeling like we won champs.
Let's get straight into it, man. 3-2.
Yeah.
Cunha's dancing
Mm,
at the Emirates.
come on, what? Is that the second time you're seeing Man United dancing at the Emirates? What? Giving it all in the face.
That was a
Puppy.
that was a body blow, you know.
Aye,
No, that
brother.
was quality. It's quality. But I've said it from before. Like Cunha is one of those players. I thought he had the right character to play for the team, and I think just in the way he just even took the ball on and was confident enough to do that, that just showed. Like it's one of those things where you have to have like the right type of mindset or be a big player to do those type of moments, and he came up with that, especially in a time when they just scored like that, just completely deflated them afterwards. So quality goal by a quality player, and well, I think a well deserved victory as well. I think other than the first like what 20 minutes or so where they kind of had us penned in, but they didn't even really do anything when they were having us penned in, and after that, like the game was not really that. I didn't really see much of what they really did. Like the only really chance they had was like for what from the own goal, then the set piece. Like they weren't really causing us too many problems, to be fair. So I think it was a very good performance just overall by the team. I think the way Carrick, it's not even necessarily how the team is even playing on the ball. I think how the team plays off ball now, like we look so much more compact and solid off ball. That I think if we can carry on with that type of mindset, I think we should be able to do quite well for the rest of the season anyway. So Carrick's definitely brought back the a certain what's the word I'm looking for? So with like one thing that's always been a thing with United is that they always used to be able to give you some type of hope. And I think Carrick has brought back that type of hope and desire for the teams to like constantly be pushing for things. Because even when we were even leading in the game, like even one thing that we always criticize Arteta about, like he's always like as soon as he gets the lead, he wants to start defending, putting everybody behind the ball. But then even when we were leading in that game, we were still trying to push forward, attack, and it's just those type of values. I think are are just like core values of what United are. Like we're always trying to attack, always trying to move forward, and I think with football clubs. I think there's even like a thing that I've been thinking about a lot more recently. I think with certain football clubs, I think certain situations and certain philosophies just fit with those teams better. So, for example, with a Madrid, the reason why I said that manager like Xabi Alonso wouldn't really work out there because I don't think Madrid are a team where you can go there, be so focused on tactics and pressing and all these things. I think with Madrid, you need a manager that's able to manage your egos. You need a Zidane, you need an Ancelotti. I think with Man United, you need a manager that understands the values of the club, that understands that you need to be attacking, that understands you need to constantly be taking the game to your opponents, that you need to be quick in transitions. And I think once a manager understands that and plays into those things that have been historically based on what the club is used to doing, I think that's what's going to lead to the success. I don't think we even need to have like necessarily a manager that's coming in thinking, oh, I need to be so tactically astute in this instance or that instance. Because the main thing about Ferguson, like, it wasn't really about the tactics per se, even though there obviously was some tactical acumen there. But I think the main thing that he was able to do was make people understand this is the club you're playing for. These are the values that we have, and this is how we need to be performing on a week to week basis. And being able to explain certain situations or give certain instructions in a clear way to the players. And I think Carrick's probably taken that on. I think there's a lot of what you see in Carrick that I think he's gone there and he hasn't like tried to say, okay, no, we need to be doing all of these crazy things. He's just come in and he's just made things clearer to the players. So the players have look now like they have a clear idea of what they're supposed to be doing on and off the ball, which was clearly and sorely missing under Amrit.
No, 100%. I agree with that. It's just for me, you can see the the energy, the belief, like, and there's one player who I'm gonna say typifies all of that. Like he wasn't amazing. I wouldn't say he wasn't amazing. He done his bit for the game, but Dallo, a completely different player from what I was seeing under Amarin. He's actually chasing. He's actually working. I used to see this guy doing what Rashford was doing a couple seasons ago, walking about the pitch, like not looking interested. Like I see last 2 games. Oh yeah, yes, just everything about him, just from that one player alone. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm happy to see the whole team really coming together. Like Carrick's making the big decisions, dropping Sesko, even though under what's it called,
I don't
Fletcher.
think he dropped Sesko. Sesko was injured, and then
No, of course, but to not play him in a game like that, thinking if you're
Was it really a big
That's the
decision?
tactic. The
no, of
tactic.
course.
I think with the way that I think especially with the way the team played in the game against City, and then to go with that same team again, I don't really think anybody. I didn't
No,
expect Cisco to be back in the team.
not to say it was
I
like
think, what's it called? What you gotta do with when you play Mbuemo as that in that type of forward role, the mobility and the ground coverage and the ball carrying,
it's different. It's
like
different.
you can just bring
No,
the team
we are with the
attacking team.
rotations.
Yeah, it was just like it was the right thing bringing him on as well.
Yeah.
Nah, you're right, and it did it. Watching
Listen,
that
man,
game, it just
he's just Carrick knows what it's about, man. We remember
He
he
understands.
knows the career he has. You
He
can't
knows,
judge
bro.
it because he was managing Middlesbrough. As
Yeah.
a player,
far
I
from.
mean, he's got more esteem than this guy called Amarim that rocked up from Sporting Lisbon and decided to play these mad tactics, bro.
Oh, don't.
Yeah, literally.
Because
And I think
the players were clearly better than losing to Grimsby or losing to
of
Tottenham in the
course,
final. Like the
Of
players were
course.
clearly better than that. So
of course.
yeah, just coming in doing a normal formation, 4-2-3-1. Bruno's in his best position,
Come on.
dangerous, creative,
Come.
on the half turn, getting these passes. He's got runners, Diallo and Mbuemo. Cunha's come off the bench. Sesko.
That's what I'm saying. Now you see how
Maino's one of
everybody
them,
was
bro.
getting.
He's one of them. You don't let Maino being linked to go to Roma. Come on, bro.
Yeah, I know. But you see how he was criticizing the whole team. Look at all these players now that he was criticizing. Oh, Mano, he's not good enough to be in the team. Look at how he's come in the team, and in both
Right now,
games
I've got
he's
Amarim as the
been
worst
dominant.
manager I've seen in the Prem.
Nah, not worse.
Nah, there's been worse. There's been worse. What's it called? De Boer at Crystal Palace was pretty shocking.
That was like 7 games. Amarim was
Yeah, exactly. That's how bad it was. 7 games. They looked at Donny. They were just like, nah,
No, but
brother.
I think
You
Amarim's
can't-
18 months. If you look at before and after, it's like
No, I understand. It's a big start.
to be honest,
you literally
this
like
season,
as bad as Ten Hag won 2 trophies, my guy.
yeah, but to be honest, this season, it's not even like Amarim was necessarily terrible this season, but it was just one of those ones where it's like, with what he had, I think everybody, like, yeah, the team should have been doing a lot better than what he was doing. But
No, of
he obviously was clearly better than last season. He was obviously finished like 15th, but this season he was always in and around the top 4. But then it was one of those ones where it was always used to get to a stage where it was like, all right, cool, we've got like a victory or we've got like a result, we need to push on. And with him, it's just like anytime we got a result, we just never capitalized on anything. Like it's crazy. Like like with Carrick, if he's won 2 games back to back as well. Like I can't remember how long it took like Amarim onto like this season to win like 2 games back to back. Like it's ridiculous. So it's just like, yeah, it just wasn't. Yeah, it just wasn't. It wasn't a good fit at all. We just needed a change. We needed somebody that actually understood the club, understood how the team is supposed to be playing. And I think even if it is just for the 6 months, I think Carrick will be able to galvanize the team and get them focused on what the task is at hand. And then I don't know. We'll see what happens in the summer, really. But I think he's definitely the person to see us through at least for the next 6 months.
Yeah, I hear that. Like, does he get the job? Look,
Amarim's the worst manager I've ever seen.
Do you know what it is with him? Like,
he debranded the biggest club in England, bro.
No, 100%.
If he continued on, the aura
Yeah,
of that
it would have
club
been a
would have
problem.
gone. I see.
No,
I
it
don't
would have been
support
a
your club, bro, but I can say the aura was there at Fergie. You know, what I'm saying the Fergie time. You know, even some of the managers after Van Gaal. Van Gaal's got aura, bro. Jose's
come
got
on,
aura. You know what I'm
100%.
saying? Oli had a team full of players that thought they had aura. You look at your Pogba's, your
Ah,
Rashford.
you can't
There was
hate on
still
Ole,
no.
man.
There was even like Rooney was knocking about, and you know what I mean, like.
Bro, Oli had such a quality
And
team.
then
Like
it
that
came to
team.
Ten Hag, and Ten Hag, he was unacceptable things were becoming acceptable. Man went a year, didn't win 2 games in a row, you know, like, and there's no riots. So letting him
Nah,
suicide himself and Carrick just coming in and then establishing aura in 2 games.
know
They're
what it
gonna say
is?
it's just 2 games, but to beat Man
No,
City and then follow that up and and Bernard Hopkins, Oscar De La Hoya, Arsenal, bro. What Bernard Hopkins done to De La Hoya? If you ain't seen it, go put it into YouTube. What De La Hoya? That's what happened to Arsenal yesterday. They got hit in their ribs. Let's talk about Arsenal, bro.
Aye,
Arteta,
bro.
are you lot causing the bottle? You lot the start of the bottle?
Brother, the bottle's officially opened. He's done. He's rattling right now. Like for me, I've had this conversation with Arsenal fans. I'll keep having this conversation with Arsenal fans. I don't understand why you feel like mediocrity is what you want. Like you're doing so well and you can't just take it over the line. Do you know what that's like? That's like trying to imagine Usain Bolt, yeah, actually being the fastest man in the world and stumbling every time at the finish line and never finishing. Like you can't imagine that. 3 years in a row and you're about to do a fourth year in a row. Like, bro, Villa can actually win the Premier League this year. Like, it's not a joke.
Mhm.
Like, Villa
Yeah,
can win the Premier League.
they did.
Imagine.
If,
People
obviously,
don't
if it's
realize
not United, I'd rather Villa win it than anybody else.
No, 100%. But what I'm saying is, like, bro,
Don
Arsenal, how many
Salsa.
points ahead?
Don Salsa.
Come on.
I think Arsenal ain't won a trophy in so long. They don't realize like a span of 4 or 5 games of bad results and a span of 4 or 5 games of good results for another team can flip it. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
As a United
Look what
fan, you've been
happens.
in those races. Arsenal have been in them races themselves, but a lot of these men were pickney when that was happening. So
Come on. They don't know about that.
they saw a little it was up to 8 points. That's down to 4 points now, and you're rattled.
Rattled.
But
Rattled.
but
Villa
that's the thing.
breathing
Do
down
you know
your
what?
neck.
Do you know one thing I've noticed about Arsenal? Like, and it's something I really noticed in that game specifically is I think one thing that's not really letting them get over the line like that is I don't really think they have the big characters like that. Like
No, they just said where they were sending.
your captain is Odegaard. Like Odegaard just he just drifts through games. That's what he
Nah. You
does.
can't say that. You can't
He
say
just
that.
drifts through games. He doesn't like. He's not one of those players that's gonna be like, all right, do you know what? This game is getting away from us. Let me drag my team forward and make them get into a position where we can actually win the game.
Nah.
Saka's supposed to be a big player. My guy is not getting into a situation where he's like, all right, do you know what? My team needs me to do something. Let me get on the ball and create something. Like even in look at the way Cunha went and got the ball. I found the ball in space, half turn, drove, scored a worldie. Like this is something that if you're a big player and you're in these type of games, this is something that you need to start coming up with moments in big games because these type of moments are going to be the moments that help you win the league. And I think when it comes to games like this, too many times there's not enough big players or big performances coming from Arsenal. I would say the player that probably has the most that would be able to do something like that is probably Declan Rice. And even in him in that game wasn't even great. But I'd say he's probably the only player that sometimes in a difficult situation you could say, okay, maybe he might come up with something. But if Rice is the player that you're relying on to do that, you're not gonna get that far. Because I
Nah,
think Rice is a
man.
great player, but you need especially your attacking players. These need to be the players that are going to be winning you these type of games. If you look at all of the teams that have historically been consistently winning league titles, they always have players on the highest end of the pitch that are able to create the problems and create the solutions for tough games that you find yourself in. Look at all the great teams in Premier League history. You have Chelsea, you had Drogba, you had Robben, you had Duff initially. You then moved on a bit forward. Even guys like Anelka came in with winning games, scoring big goals. Even Joe Cole, like you had big players like this. Like when it came
Yeah,
to
it's
certain
true. It's
performances,
true.
they always
It's true.
scored.
You're right.
But even back in the day, if you're looking at Arsenal, even you had players like Perez, Henry. These guys, when the game was in a tight position, next thing you know, they can just break and they'll score a decisive goal. Next thing you know, you've won the game. Moving on to City, you had players like what Eden, like you had players, even Zeko as well. Yeah, but I wasn't even gonna even say, but even him
Nah, nah,
came up
nah,
with
nah,
big
nah, nah,
goals.
nah. I'm
But
not gonna
David
beat
Silva, Aguero,
you.
David Silva, Aguero, what's it called? Tevez, even when he came back in the team after he went goal for like 6 months. These type of players are the type of players that when things are going bad for you in a game, these are the type of players that can literally change the game in a moment
So what
by
you're
doing
saying
something
is,
special.
so what
But
you're
I don't
saying
think
is
Arsenal
Arsenal
have
got no
players that are
clutch
able to do
players.
that. Huh?
So what you're saying is Arsenal got no clutch players.
It's not even just about it is about clutch, but yeah, they just have no clutch players, no big players that are able to grab the game and just be like, we need to change this game, and I am going
Yeah,
to be
but
the
this
one
is
to do it.
Arteta, Paul. What did you expect? Like,
Can I tell you about
I'm
Arsenal?
not an Arsenal fan. I'm not an
Can I tell you
Arsenal
about
fan, yeah.
Arsenal?
And it's just the same old story with Arsenal, you know? Like, they're just nearly men. It's like they're a better version of Tottenham.
Nah,
Like,
listen.
literally. They're
I
just a
don't
better
know.
version of Tottenham.
Nah, 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 nah. Don't.
No, 100%.
That's dead.
100%. Because they're still bottle
Listen,
jobs, just like Tottenham.
listen,
And
listen,
I'm talking
listen.
about the Harry Kane days.
Has done a monumental fuck up, man. So
Monumental. This guy's
if you
spent.
look at the first two title challenges,
Mm.
they played good football. They were an exciting team. They had an attacking punch, and then somewhere along the line, he's just got this obsession with these set pieces, and he's got these throw-on coaches. You're taking 10 minutes to take a throw-on. Like, did you watch the game? Like, how long they take to take a
Of
throw-on?
course. Of
They're
course.
fucking bugging out. Like
These men creeping up the line
everything.
with the ball.
And all
Gaining
season,
yards
I've
for
watched
nothing.
them all season. Do you know what I'm saying? Winners do this. Like, they do win the games like this. But when you're relying on that and you're thinking that you've won the league in January, you know what I mean? Things can start to unravel fast. And I think he's taking the team backwards in terms of their way of playing. Like, bro, it's kind of Man
Brother,
United, easy game for Man United, really.
But that's why
brother.
they call it. That's why they call it Harambe, because
One of
what
the
he's
No,
most
doing.
honestly, it's Brexit,
Because
underrated.
bro. Like,
what he's literally done is I think what he thought, because in the other seasons where he's lost out on the titles is because he probably thought that, okay, maybe I've been too attacking in certain situations, then our team have got caught on the break, and then now we've dropped certain points, which has now led us to lose in the league. So now in his mindset, he's just thinking, our possession, we don't want to give you anything. We want to
yeah.
make sure that we're
Do
as
you know what it
compact
is?
our possession as possible,
Do you know what?
and
Do you know what
whatever
he's
little
doing?
advantages that we can get to get the results over the line, we'll do. We'll focus on set pieces. So even if we're not creating anything in open play because our defense, the way we are out of possession, we have so many people in the positions that if you counter us, we're gonna get the ball easily in these type of positions. So we don't commit as many players into attacking positions as we probably should to try and push more for certain victories. So they just focus on, okay, as long as we're compact and as long as we attack just about enough, we'll be able to get enough set pieces that will end up getting us the goals that will win certain games 1-0. Because if you can't score against us and we score one goal, then we're going to end up winning the game if we not
Nah,
concede.
This is
And
you
that's
know
his
what it
listen.
mentality.
is?
I definitely,
That's his
I
mentality. And
definitely
then if you
disagree
look
that
at
they
it
ain't got.
now,
I definitely disagree that they ain't got no clutch players though. Gabriel's clutch, and so is Marino. Them
Gabriel.
Nah,
man can,
100%. I
them
give
man
you
can
that.
pop up and score
Again,
goals.
when I'm talking about clutch players, I'm not talking about in, let's say, a game against Wolves, you might come up and score a header and then win the game. I'm talking about in the big games, the games where you go to away to Chelsea and you're
Nah,
needing to
bro,
get a win.
but Marino's been
That's
doing
what
it,
I
bro.
mean. Arsenal don't have players like that. Look at even they say they always brag about their record about the Big Six. Usually in the Big Six, most of the games they play against the Big Six, they usually draw. They don't
Nah,
go
you
out
know
and
what it
actually
is for
they
Arsenal?
don't go out and win these games.
What
And
I'm seeing
this
from
is the thing.
Arsenal,
They
what
need
I'm
to
seeing
go out and
from
start
Arsenal,
winning these games.
it's off-brand, and you may disagree with the way I'm going to describe this, but they're playing like some off-brand Jose Chelsea part the bus football. You know, like they're, as you said in it, they're relying on these set pieces, and it's like they're happy to just chill on 1-0 leads, 2-0 leads. Like, what was the stat that I see during the game? What was it? Like, no real goals from open play. They're like 17th
I think
in the table of.
I think Jose gets there's some weird stuff with Jose. Like Jose's teams, weirdly, they've had times where they're actually attacking teams. Like it's Jose's first 2 titles in the Prem. Like, but I think he was conservative in big games. For
Yeah, he was
example,
tactical.
he
He was
wouldn't
very
lose a
tactical.
big game.
Jose is just a
He
pragmatist,
wouldn't lose a big game. He's not losing to Arsenal, bro.
bro. This is what
Arsenal
they
not
see.
beating him.
But you see, this is how
No,
they even
Spurs are not beating him.
mischaracter. But this is how they mischaracterize Jose.
Jose took Chelsea to, like, I don't know, fucking Anfield on a Tuesday night. They're not gonna lose that game, bro. They're either gonna win or it's gonna be a draw.
But this is what I mean about.
Make up hella noise.
But this is what I mean about Jose, though. Like Jose, they talk about him like Jose wasn't really defensive. Jose was pragmatic. He will look at certain games and he'll be like, okay, in this certain game, I might need to play like this to have the best chance of getting a result.
Yeah,
but you know what people?
Arteta does
But
the
do
same thing,
you
though.
know what people don't realize though? Do you know the team that has the most ever goals in La Liga is Jose Mourinho's Real Madrid team? They scored over 120 something goals in the La Liga season. So you can't really
Yeah,
be that defensive if
but
his
you have
team
to
has the
remember.
most goals in La Liga history.
Yeah,
But
but
that's the thing about him.
look at the
He
team he was
plays.
working with, though. Come on, man. Like, we're talking about
Yeah,
Arsenal here. Like
bro.
when you talk about Jose's teams, Jose's has some very good teams. Like, regardless, even his Roma team would have probably beaten this Arsenal team. I don't care what anyone says. I'll stick to that.
No.
Yes,
No.
yes.
Do you know
Are you
what? We're
mad?
getting a bit
In
overboard. Like
open
Arsenal
play,
are still a quality
in
team. They're
open
like
play.
you can see in Europe. You're telling me that Roma team would beat Arsenal, but yet Arsenal are beating Inter Milan, Bayern just in this Champions League season that's just gone on
How
right
are
now.
they doing it
And
though? How are they doing it?
Bayern are like literally one of the best teams in Europe, and they beat
Okay,
them.
and look how they did it. They played this off-brand Arteta football,
No.
bro. I
Actually, in those games against Bayern, they actually played pretty well in that game. To be fair to them,
Nah,
yes, they actually played well in that game against Inter Milan as well. They played pretty well as well.
Arsenal have
So
quality players and they have
that's what I'm saying. They're not like it's not like they're a dead team. Like
I didn't say they were dead,
I think
but
Arteta was like free, like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's such a corny guy, bro. He's such a cornball that, like, do you know what I'm saying? When it comes to these moments where Carrick
bro,
is not gonna shit, Carrick is not scared to go to the Emirates, bro.
come on.
Michael Carrick himself is not. You know what I'm saying? You've gone from Ruben Amorim. This is why I say Amorim's the worst coach I've ever seen. He put out a Man United team with only 2 attacking players against Leeds, bro.
I don't know. He tried to do
but
a Fergie.
he done that as a statement to get sacked.
Okay, but whatever.
No, he tried to do a
You
Fergie and it didn't work.
You go from that to Michael Carrick, who's won everything there was to win at Man United. How his temperament was as a player, as a professional, how he is as a person, his persona when he's talking to the players, bro. There's aura there.
Yeah, he's a winner. That's what it is. He's literally just a winner. That's the difference.
Arteta is not ready. He's has
never won
not got enough. When teams start to fight back against them, they ain't got it like that, bro.
He's giving me Arteta. He's giving me Arteta Everton vibes, 100%.
Bro, he's not a winner. That's the difference. Like he's not really a winner. Like there's very you notice it with certain people, because even like there's certain times with that winning mentality that you just need to have, and if you don't have that winning mentality, sometimes it's hard to try and cultivate that winning mentality into your team when you're not used to winning.
Not necessarily.
He wasn't a winner as a player, bro.
That's what I'm trying to say. When you don't have that minute, like there's only even like Mourinho, he's even surprisingly like how much he had that winning mentality, because he was never a great player. But there's very few managers that have that pure winning mentality that come in and be like, okay, we need to.
Andrew, I was thinking about this the other day. Jose was in that Barca around, man. He was smelling the air of bigness, of do you know what I'm saying? He might have put in the cones out, but he was smelling the air, bro.
But even that
Come on.
Barca team he was around, like that was even Barca in their successful
It's-
stage.
No, it's still Barca. Ronaldo was
Still
there.
Barca though. Yeah, still is Barca.
Enrique.
Yeah,
There's
but you're
man
gonna say
there.
the same. Yeah, but you're gonna say the same thing about Pep as
Romario
well.
was there. There's
You
man
see
there.
it?
Huh?
Then you
What?
can say the same thing about Pep Guardiola as well.
No,
What do you
and
mean?
then Pep,
What do you mean?
Jose Mourinho was in his home country of Porto, and he had one of the most like 1
Yeah,
to 11 legends.
dangerous teams. Yeah, man. It was
Yeah,
like
like men,
Jardel. Is it
proper
Jardel?
team
Oi,
that you could go and send out to do. You know what we're just talking about? Jose football.
Costinha. These
We're
men
not
was.
losing this
These
game.
men used to give
You're gonna
United
beat United at Old
nightmares.
Trafford 1-0 or
Give
something. Like,
Yeah.
nightmares. I'll never
Yeah, I
forget that
remember
in one day
Costinha
in
scored
life.
that game.
Costinha,
That,
that
yeah,
goal
I remember
broke my
Costinha
heart.
scored that game.
Manish, you know about man like Manish, yeah?
Yeah,
Hey,
Manish was
come
a baller.
on,
Yeah, Manish
baller,
was a baller.
Yeah,
baller.
Manish and Paulo
Yeah.
Ferreira, and
I
they
don't
had
do
Paulo
that,
centre
man.
Ferreira,
Bro, I'm trying to
Carvalho,
go to sleep tonight. Don't do that.
Carlos
You'll give me a
Alberto.
nightmare.
Man like Carlos Alberto. Yeah, they had a
Benny
quality team.
McCarthy and
That
that.
yeah, that
That's the
Porto
thing.
team was a quality team. I'll tell
Was
you
a
This is
that.
the thing
problem.
now. This is why I saw an article today that he's at Benfica now, Jose, and 100 fans stormed. You know, like in them countries there, like the
Yeah,
ultras,
they do
they
mad
will
things.
break into the training ground, bro.
Yeah.
Cool.
They will come and ask questions, bro.
Of course.
Yeah, Jose's like Benfica's a team. They have young players. Bring a coach there. Don't bring Jose there. What's Jose gonna do with them young man?
No, he won't do that.
They
I
just
know
brought him
because
in because he's
Jose wants
Jose
a
back to
ready-made player.
Portugal.
That's what
That's
he
what it
wants.
was.
Yeah,
Like
but that's what I'm
that's
saying.
what
It's
it
not
was
gonna
like.
work, bro.
Yeah, I
Jose,
know it's not going to work, but this is what I mean about culture and knowing your team's culture. Because I
you're,
think now more than ever, I've started to realize that the manager needs to actually fit the team's culture. That's
yeah.
why Xabi Alonso never worked out at Real Madrid. I even said it. I think I even said it on the podcast. I
Yeah,
said the
and
reason
that's
why he was struggling is because Madrid is not a team where you go in, start saying, "Yeah, I
100%.
want us to high press. I want us to make these type of changes." No, Madrid, you get a man like Ancelotti, come in there, raise a
Oh
few
yeah.
eyebrows, tell Vinicius go out there and play good, son, and then he'll go out there and ball for you. And, like you're not supposed to be putting too
No,
much
it's true.
information into these players.
Why do you
The
think
reason,
Emirates Villa is doing so well?
No,
Because
that's a
Emirates
coach
Villa.
team. They're doing everything
No,
that
but
Emery's
think
saying.
about
they're
it.
doing everything that
No, but Emirates Villa is like
That's
Emirates.
the best coach team
Was
in the
it
league.
Emirates Seville? You remember his Seville team?
they're quality coach team. All of every team's a quality coach. Like from when he managed Valencia, to when he went to
But this is
Sevilla, to
what I'm
when he went to
saying.
Villarreal, all of
Emery's
his
This
teams
is
were coached
this is
very
it.
well.
Emery's first Seville was a level above this Villa team. I think they had Danny
No, of course.
Alves. They had that
No, of
Danny Alves. They had
course.
some
But
class man.
I
This
mean,
Villa
by the
team,
way he structures what he's doing, like,
brother.
why do
I
you?
see something. Did you watch the? I watched the FA Cup game. Yeah, the goal. Go replay. Go rewatch the replays of the goals, and you can see this is all done in training, bro.
No, of
Way,
course.
Yeah,
the way
that's a
the
well
triangles,
coached.
the goals they scored against Newcastle, the
Yeah,
interplay, the players that are playing in between the lines, they don't really.
That's
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
well
They can play
coached.
McGinn on the right, Rams on the right, but these men come inside. They
They're not
connect.
wingers. They play as tens, basically.
It's
mm,
That's a well
they're a
coached.
very well coached team.
Yeah, very well coached.
they're
Yeah.
very, very well
Very,
coached.
very,
But
very well coached. But like I said, that's the difference between Madrid. Madrid, you don't need somebody to go in there and start doing too much coaching. You need somebody to go in there, manage the big players they have there, and get them to perform in certain games. That's it.
What's
But I
going on at
think it got.
Liverpool?
But what I think it's got more difficult to do with Madrid though is because when you lose players like Modric and Cruz, where they'll always have that type of control in midfield and be able to get the ball to these players. Once you lose those type of players, then it gets a bit harder to do that. So I think that's another reason why the team there is struggling. But back to the point, it's about the culture with how you fit the manager with the culture of the team, and I think that is, as time has gone on, I'm seeing is a lot more important in football than I used to think it was. I thought you could just get in a good manager and then the good manager will come in and do a good job, but that it's not enough like that. You have to. It has to be.
Talking of bringing
You
in
have to
good
fit the team.
managers, why is Arnie Slot under pressure?
he's not a good manager.
He is a good manager. Do you know what it is though? I
Nah,
think I think
man.
I think I think they're giving him.
Why is he not a good manager? Why is he not a good
Why
manager?
is he not a good manager? All right, bro. All right, cool. I'm gonna break it down for you. Klopp. He inherited a Klopp team. He won the Premier League with Klopp's team. He decided to put his own imprint on this Liverpool team, and it all fell apart straight away and unraveled. You all seen it. He's been left wanting so much. Got rid of what's his name, thing to Bayern. He got rid of. Bro, it's deep. It's
Alright,
deep.
but
He sold good
alright, hold on.
players who he didn't need to get
Hold
rid
on.
of.
I doubt that he went and sold
Yes.
Louis to Bayern.
Yeah, I think Louis wanted to
What you
go.
think that was? You think he just wanted to go?
I think he wanted to
Louis
go.
wanted bigger wages. Liverpool had to give big wages to Van Dijk and Salah.
Yeah, of course. But what's
I
Salah
I
think
don't
done
think
for
they
you this
valued
year?
Louis. I feel like he felt undervalued. He wanted to go to Barca.
No, 100. I can understand that, but
Bayern saw a market opportunity, and you don't really
Mhm.
turn down Bayern.
okay,
That's what I think is.
So,
I don't
and
think
then
he wanted
look at
to
the
sub.
players
Yeah.
you're left with.
in terms of Klopp's Liverpool, so Klopp was actually top of the league at January on the season that he left. He suddenly announced it, and Liverpool crumbled. They looked leggy.
Of course,
He
because they
refreshed
knew he
them.
was bounced.
He refreshed them and revitalized them. Gave
You
them
think?
another lease of life last season. They won the league comfortably, and it's not easy to just win the league like that. They had a
Exactly.
good year. Like, let's not forget this. And then you lose Jota. Okay, so
Yeah.
your teammate has passed away, and then there's never been it. Even it can even fuck up on Football Manager if you have too much money, you buy too many players, and you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, it
Isak's
gets
injured; he
tricky.
hasn't had no flow. You bought
Yeah.
Ekatike in for 70 million, like
He's
brother.
doing bits though.
He's good enough to be the number one guy, like
Yeah. You
you
didn't
know what
need
I'm
to buy
saying.
now,
And
man.
then Wirtz's best position is probably not with there being two strikers on the pitch. It's probably him working
Nah.
off
As a
a
10. Yeah,
striker.
100.
Yeah, bro. Like, I think
I
Liverpool need
think
to relax and like just finish in the top four and just review it in the summer.
Yeah, but do you know
but
what it is? I feel
All this sacking culture stuff. Sack the manager. Sack the manager. Sack the
No,
manager.
it's not about. I know it's not
Listen to
about
this.
that, but
We're gonna talk about this team a little bit later. But if Tottenham sack their manager, they might get relegated, bro.
I'll have a point about it, but we'll get onto that later. But the thing is with Slot though, like they're complaining about Slot, but then just look back in just the last 5 years that have happened in the Premier League. Guardiola won the league 2 seasons ago, and then last season absolutely struggled. Should Guardiola now be sacked after winning how many Premier League titles in a row? Should he
yeah,
now go and
but
winning the
bro,
Champions League? But
yeah, but there's a big
they had
difference.
a terrible season last season,
But there's a
and
big difference.
but and
Guardiola
no,
is a
but let
serial
me
winner.
finish, let me get out the rest of my point. So they had a terrible season last season, but then obviously anybody with any sense will not say that, oh, because they had a bad season last year, Guardiola deserves to be sacked. Even Klopp, after he won the league with Liverpool, he never won the league since after he won the league the first time. So if it was so easy and if it was just Klopp's team that ended up winning the league with Liverpool, why did Klopp only win one league title if it was that easy to
Brother,
do it?
I'm showing you now, yeah. Arnie Slot's
It's
defensive
not as easy
frailties
as
are
you make it
there
out
for
to be.
everyone to see.
Not any manager can just come in and then just win the league, because if it was that easy, Arteta would have won the league by now.
Yeah, but
He's been finishing second 4 years in like
but
3-4
Liverpool are
years in a
so
row.
top heavy right now. It doesn't make sense. You've got barely any defenders. You sold what's his name to that German
But
club.
the reason why they
The
don't have
young fella.
defenders, Leone got injured. They bought Leone for a lot of money from Parma. He's got injured.
Okay,
He was one of the defenders that came in. So then now they are looking a bit light there, but it's not that
there
they
you
were light
go.
there by design. They actually bought a player for a decent amount of money, and the player
Okay, and
got
they
injured.
also sold a very good youngster who was doing bits and it can still and is doing bits right now.
Who? Which youngster?
What's his name? Was it Quasi or whatever his name was?
Kwanzaa.
Yeah,
Kwanzaa
that's
even
it.
stopped. Bro, like, again,
But
it
look at the
sounds.
season he's having. He's having a
But
great season.
he's not like, even with Leverkusen where he went to, like they were kind of up and down, even like they haven't
But
even
I'm
been that
talking
great.
about the individual player. They did
Yeah,
not need to
but what
get
I'm
rid
trying to
of him.
say is like it's not even like Leverkusen are doing anything spectacular. And
But
again,
he is.
with Liverpool, it's not like they just decided to sell him and not replace him. They literally bought another highly rated young defender in Leone,
But you
who is
already had one.
But Leone is higher rated than what's it called is than what a Quanza is.
And who is now sitting on your
But
injury list.
Exactly, but how are they supposed to know that? Did they think, oh, I'm going to buy this defender for this amount of money, he's going to come in and get injured? No, they didn't factor in that. But then again,
All
things
right,
happen in
cool,
football.
but
So
but
it's not even like so they made provisions. Obviously, some in
but they
football you get
haven't made the right
unlucky,
position. They haven't made the right provisions
but
because they
again,
were meant to get Gahey from last year, and what happened?
Crystal Palace didn't want to sell him, and then now he's gone to City. Like things
Liverpool have the
happen.
money. I'm telling you, if Liverpool had bid
Palace,
the
Palace,
100 million,
Glasner threatened to quit.
but look at him now. He's really going. So you might as well have just let him walk. In the position that Crystal Palace are in, all right, cool. They've just come off the back of winning FA Cup in it, so they got a bit excited. They thought, yeah, boom, all right, we're gonna do bits and tear it up this year. Yeah, they got gassed. They got gassed. But there's a history of this stuff happening to teams who do so well and will get so far the season beforehand and absolutely crumble the next season. Leeds United are a perfect example of that. David Ellery got excited.
I think
Then what happened?
I don't think Leeds are an example. I think Leeds are an example
No,
of
they're a
when you
very good
spend money.
example.
When you spend money and go wrong, because Leeds had a
Yeah,
quality
but
team, but then they just overspent, got bankrupt, had to sell everybody, and then by doing fire sales every season, team lost cohesion, started tumbling down the table, and then they just ended up getting relegated. So that was just poor
okay.
management
So
on the
please tell
financial
me
side.
how that hasn't happened with Crystal Palace because they sold Eze. Yeah, am I wrong in saying that?
But they didn't sell Eze because they were in financial struggles. They sold Eze because Crystal Palace are not a big team, and Arsenal came and said, "We'll give you 60 million," and he wanted to go.
Ah,
So then
look,
he
man,
left.
they
Like
really wanted
you think if Crystal Palace were like, we're gonna keep Eze, like, nah,
What
bro,
you
like
think? You
Crystal
think that
Palace,
they
bro.
couldn't have held on to
Like
Eze?
Crystal
Eze?
Palace are a selling team. At the end
they
of the day,
sold
like
high.
yes, they won FA Cup, but they're a selling team. They
All right,
sold
Sold high.
cool,
Olise, they sold Eberechi. They're gonna sell these players. Like
brother.
when these
I'm not
players
gonna
get
lie
to a
to
certain
you.
level, they're gonna go.
If
Like they're
I
Crystal
was the
Palace.
manager, then that's when I would have been threatening to quit my team because boy, I'm not selling them players. Are you mad? I've got a team
Bro,
that could take me Europa
100%.
League.
I would have sold Eze on a football manager thing and brought in 4 bad man.
Swear you're mad.
They suffered from lack of ambition in terms of I don't know whatever. Like I might have been happy with like Jeremy Pino and
He
whoever
knows a
else.
quality player. I think he's
But
gonna be quality.
Glasner was kind of like, I won you the FA Cup. You sold Eze. You kind of like, yeah, like you know what I mean. You could have been a bit more with it.
No ambition. Yeah, that's what it is. No ambition. But that's Crystal. Like, what do you expect Crystal Palace to really do? Like, like
Palace,
they're
Bro, they just won the
like
FA Cup.
history
Like you
books. They
can't
won
even say
yeah,
that.
but that's what I'm saying. They won the FA Cup. They're happy, bro.
It's not
Look,
even like they
That's
beat
what I'm
Aston Villa
saying.
in the
They've done
final.
Leicester won the
they've
league.
done they've done more than what they expected to do.
Leicester
They
won
didn't
the
even
league
expect to win
and
the
they
FA
won the
Cup.
I
FA
would have
Cup.
wanted to
And
build
right
on that. I'm
now,
not gonna lie to
they're
you.
in the bottom
Right.
half of the championship, bro. Leicester.
I know. I know.
Where's
After being
Morgan?
Premier
Where's
League
Morgan?
winners, it's
Rest in peace.
mad,
Leicester,
innit?
Leicester, FA Cup winners, Brendan Rodgers.
I know. It's crazy.
Football comes at you fast, bro. Look at my beloved Hammers, man.
They play well on the
Yeah,
weekend.
bro. You man might be seeing championship football next year. I hope not, you know. I've been praying for you lot in the background. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I can't
Like
even lie.
West Ham,
We got two world-class players, bro.
you lot
So
don't
if you go
deserve to be
down,
good. Well,
whoever
you
doing
do, but you shouldn't
what
be.
director of football's out there, bro. If you're not watching Fernandez, bro, you're
Nah, I know.
Fernandez was balling that last game. Yeah, he was balling. I can't lie.
ridiculous,
Like,
bro.
he was looking
22
quality.
years old and playing football like that.
Yeah,
And
he's a
Somerville as
baller.
well.
Yeah.
Somerville was actually a good player, but I've always rated Somerville, even when he was back at Leeds. Like, I used to think, yeah, this guy's a little he's
Yeah, I
got
didn't
something about him.
understand why Leeds actually sold him.
Yeah. Somerville's always had a little bit of something about him. Like, I've always liked him as a player.
Them little
Yeah,
things,
he's a good
bro.
player.
I'm not gonna lie, I was shocked when I see him go up for that header, a little short guy, bro. I was
Yeah,
gassed
bro.
for him. I was like, this little miniature guy beating guys in the air like
Yeah.
that. Hey, such an unexpected goal to see from him. I don't expect that. I expect him running past 1, 2, bang, goal. Do you see it? I expect him to do what's it called, Morgan Rogers things.
To be honest,
But no, it was refreshing
we got
to see.
ourselves in a bit of a pickle, bro. But
I am praying for you, lot. I'm hoping Forest slip up in the next couple of games. Hey, look,
we're not even looking at Forest, bro.
who are you looking at?
I'm looking at Spurs and Palace.
Yeah.
Spurs.
Oi, imagine if
But
Tottenham.
it's 8 points. We got Chelsea next, and I like. There's part of me that looks at Rosinha and thinks like we can have a bit.
It's
You know what I mean?
doable.
Do you know the thing is about
You know
Rosinia?
what I mean?
Do you know the thing is
It
about
sounds good.
Rosinia
It
though?
sounds good.
Rosinia he's a waste man in how he comes
or-
across and how he speaks about things,
or
but
they could.
he's not actually a bad manager.
They're an attacking team.
Yeah,
But you know what I said about
it's
Oro? Like, he might fuck around and think that he can just tell Chelsea some nice words before the game and it's a derby and West Ham come out and stick it on them and fight.
yeah, no, it could happen.
I mean,
You know, man like
a
Bowen, man like Bowen.
bit of fight. Like football, people don't realize these days. I look at these teams, yeah, and it's like if you're well coached, bro. Like, trust me, every Premiership team has like a
It's
good
got
one
it in them.
level.
Yeah.
Like that. Like with the right magic, could be a performing above their current position. I would say.
Well, look at Newcastle. Eddie Howe's been doing it for a minute right now.
No, but
No one
Newcastle
can say
are a quality
otherwise.
team. Newcastle are a
No,
quality
I'm not saying they're not, but like
Bro,
from what you're
Bruno Guimaraes is a world class.
that's not what I've said. What I'm saying is
he's a world class player.
what I'm saying is the team that Newcastle put together,
they could beat anyone on any day. Is that what you're saying? Because I believe so as well.
Yes, bro. Because
like to beat anyone on their day.
Like, bro, like the way they've been playing in the Champions League, I'm shocked. Because I remember the first time I saw Newcastle in the Champions League, them Alan Shearer days, to what they're doing now and actually pressure into. Yeah,
I think they struggle with the because they're
midweek games.
They're not a big team now. Like they're doing more.
The squad's not great. Yeah,
they just lost to Villa. Like, do you know what I'm saying? They're not. We beat them this season. West Ham beat them this season. So I think they need to have the squad depth where
they need squad. Yeah,
100 the guys.
Yeah, their first team is
because they've got players. The thing is, they got man like Harvey. Like I don't care what anyone says, but Harvey Barnes, bro, this guy.
I actually like him as a player. I think he's a good player. I think he's good. I used to like him at Leicester as well.
If I can get Harvey Barnes for £18 million left wing,
you're not getting it. You're not getting him for 18 million. If Elanga's going for 40 million, and Harvey Barnes is the far better player than Elanga, you're not getting Harvey Barnes for 18 million.
No, Elanga coming off of his season.
Bro, I'll say right now, Elanga at his best has never been as good as Harvey
but
Barnes.
that's like even what's his name?
At his best. He's never been.
That's like Arsenal signing the Chelsea brother. What's his name? Is it
Madueke?
Yeah, Madueke. That's it.
Noni Madueke. I swear down, he's a good footballer, but he's not great. It's not all together.
Bro, he's got no confidence.
Do you know what it is with him? Do you know what it is with him?
If he was just that guy, like at Atletico Madrid, like Simeone was just like, bruv, use your abilities and score goals and be effective like that.
But you know the thing is though, when he even came,
use your raw ability, like he could be.
But when he came in, and even in that game against United, bro, like he was just doing like stupid shit. Like I was seeing this guy, like he'll get the ball, he will like try and run and try and get to the byline, and then he done it like 3 times. The ball just goes out of play. I'm just like, brother, like,
because he's got
what the hell are you doing? Like, you're in a position where you can actually affect something. You're just running the ball out of play. You done that like 3 times. I was like, brother, like, no wonder you got no goals and assists, bro. Like this guy, do you know what his problem is? His problem is his head is too focused on hoes. I was seeing one video of him like talking to that American rapper like Ruby Rose. I was seeing him like FaceTime Ruby Rose. I'm like, brother, like, no wonder you're not getting any goals on the season. You're too worried about hoes than worrying about scoring goals. Like, what the hell is this guy doing, bro? Like,
he's following Sancho, yeah.
Like, bro, yeah, my guys actually do, like him, Sancho, like these man are too bothered about Saweetie and like Ruby Rose and these type of things, bro. Like these man needs to focus on ball if they want to actually start doing anything, bro. Like this guy, like, bro, it's like his head literally wasn't in the game. My guy would just get the ball, try and dribble down the byline, just run the ball out of him.
Nah, do you know what?
What are you doing? But that's his problem. Like he needs to sort out. He needs to get his mind focused. Like he just looks like he just lacks focus. And to be a top level footballer, especially if you want to be like on the high end, you have to dedicate yourself to the game. Like you can't be one of those guys that just has ability and just be like, oh yeah, I'll come in for a game or two, play well, and then just do like whatever you want to do afterwards. Like you need to have some type of dedication to the game if you want to stay at the top level.
Brother, this modern day footballer don't care. These men on 100 bags plus. You think they give bro, you're looking at the
Certain
wrong
players,
era.
certain players do care.
Not as much as they
These
used
man
to,
just
bro.
want those like that football edit where like the music's playing and like they do that nice touch. It's like and like you slow it down and they've turned the guy.
You see
Like,
it?
Yeah, that's what they want.
They
They want to get
turn,
highlights. That's what it is. Yeah, a
They're
couple
playing
nice
that 1-2
turns.
Man
and
said
they slow
highlight reel,
down
you
and they're
know.
gone and they're looking greasy on the Instagram reel. But like,
Brother,
Yeah, that's what they want. That's what they
we
want,
got
bro.
real,
So they can do
we got
that. They
real
can post it for the
professionals.
hoes and be like, yeah, I play in the Prem. That's what they want. You know what these man are probably
yes,
doing?
bro.
These man just seem like they play football for the hoes now. Like, you know how back in the day, like these man actually wanted to ball to actually ball. These man are just playing football for hoes,
Bro,
bro. So they could
Somerville
go.
was jumping. You said it earlier, Salsa. Somerville was jumping. Do you think he was thinking about any like, you know what I mean, Friday night? No,
That's what I'm trying to
of
say. Like, my
course
guy's actually
not.
trying to
That's
like
what
He's
ball.
on the
Like,
he
bed.
that's what I'm
Have
trying to
a
say. He's
boom,
actually
my
trying to
taking my
ball.
team out of
friend. You're my
relegation.
This is what I'm trying to
striker.
say, bro. Like he's actually thinking about ball. Like these men are just thinking about hoes and going to what's it called?
No, brother,
And
this man's mad.
go into and like what was go into like all these different clubs in Central, bro. That's what these men are
Hey,
on.
brother, it nearly happened to us in
Bro, these men are trying
United,
to
you
go
know.
tape, bro. These men are trying to go tape after the game.
I
Like
don't know.
after they like have a game, maybe they win, they go tape, start getting balls,
Brother,
trying
it
to get
nearly
hoes.
happened to
That's
us.
what
You
these
have
men
to
are
remember
about.
that.
Is Thomas Frank going to be going tape this weekend, or is he going to be managing a Premier League football team, bro?
Oh, brother, this guy's
Man
gonna be
said Thomas
sitting.
Frank going
This
tape.
guy's gonna be sitting at home crying after he has to resign, man. There's no way he can stay at this club.
Bro,
Bro, do you know the thing is about
football's
Thomas
so,
Frank? Though? Like,
football's so
I
fucked.
think I think Thomas Frank.
Thomas Frank's a
Could have
good
stayed
I
where
manager.
he
think he
was.
was I think he was holding Brentford back. Looking at things
Man
now,
said
I think
holding Brentford
I
back.
think he was holding them back. We used to think, oh, he's doing such a great job. He's
And now
left.
look at Brentford
And
without him
Webber's
right
gone.
now.
Like they've lost some big players, and
And look how
they're
they're
playing
playing.
better than ever.
I
Remember,
know.
I said that they were going to get relegated. I thought they were going to be one of the worst teams in the league, and they've actually looked far better than they've ever done under Thomas Frank. And
Mm.
Thomas Frank has now gone to Tottenham, and they're looking like even they're looking just as bad as last season. But even with the underlying numbers, they're actually worse than they were under Ange Postecoglou. So he's actually come in, and the team is actually, in terms of the actual underlying numbers, was performing worse. And that's
Yeah,
crazy
I
to
hear
say.
you. I
That's
hear
crazy
you.
to
I
say.
hear you.
That's crazy to say. And it's not even like I think Tottenham even have necessarily a bad team. But I think again, Tottenham are just one of those teams where I don't know, like
No.
there's a bad energy around that club that
There's
I
a
think
they are a team with
they need to get
no
relief.
no hope, no faith. There's no like since losing Kane, yeah, and even when they had Kane, there were moments of this Tottenham team. I just was like, wow, like you lot are so much better than what you are showing. Like it was just heartbreaking. Like it was genuinely heartbreaking. You had man like Son, you had man like oh bro, this team, Lorez wasn't a dead goalkeeper. You lot had a decent squad like them times, and oh, don't.
Bro, it's
Like,
Tottenham, bro.
bro, yeah, but you
Tottenham's
say
got,
it's Tottenham and we lost the UEFA Cup final to these Chiefs. Like,
Because
come on,
that's
man.
Amarim.
I think that's
Come on,
That's
man.
Tottenham.
Yeah,
Amarim.
but you have to remember, Amarin got us to a final. That's what you're forgetting.
Tottenham,
Regardless.
Tottenham are plugged in the matrix, right? And they are playing Football Manager when everyone else is playing real football. So they bring in these Xavi Simmons, like they probably didn't do
I
any of
know,
that.
they really
Everyone knows
are,
about
innit?
Xavi
They
Simmons.
really are.
Brentford are
My
playing football.
I
16-year-old brother
actually
knows
got
about
your
Xavi
analogy. I
Simmons.
like that
They,
one
they
still. I
brought
like that
in
analogy.
they brought in Kolo Muani. It sounds nice. Oh, we got
I
Paulinho.
know, they're actually playing
Like, it
football
all
manager
sounds
and not
nice,
doing
and
it
then like
properly.
Saturday morning happens, and like fucking Antoine Semenyo is running riot, blood.
But the thing
Oh,
is, though,
no.
You're
these
nice,
players are
team,
actually,
like, you've got
quality
no football
players.
culture. These are just good players, but it's like there's no, it's just there's no blend. Like when you get the skin fade, you have to blend the skin fade, bro. Like you don't just
But that's
cut
what it is, though.
and then leave.
Yeah, but you know
Like,
what it is
you
about
have
this
to
I
blend
Tottenham
the
blame
team?
skin.
Frank for that, though. I think Frank
Yeah,
has
but
not
brother,
Blend,
brother, brother,
cultivating a
brother.
culture in this team
Do you know
properly.
why he's like this?
Tottenham,
Because
I
these
doubt,
men are not
I
eating.
doubt, I doubt that Frank had full control over this transfer window. I think he might have had targets and they just bought profiles.
But I think, though, but look at their.
No,
Colin
But
Mawani,
if you just go through their, if you just go
Colin
through their
Mawani
team,
is a
though,
myth.
But if you just go through their team,
I wouldn't have bought him.
they have quality players though. Like look at their team. You yourself even said at the start of the season that Van der Ven and Romero could arguably be the best centre back pairing in the league. If you look at them player for player, those are two quality centre backs. You have something like a Porro with Doggy on.
Every week. Without
You
Romero,
have
they'd be relegated.
you have like Porro, you have Ndogi right back, left back. Like those
Porro's
are good. Those are
Porro's
no. Porro isn't trash. Porro's a good. Porro's a good right back. Porro's a good right back.
Porro's
Yeah, nah, he's not trash. He's
Porro,
not
yeah.
trash.
Be real.
He's definitely not trash. He's definitely not trash.
Porro,
He's a good player. Paulinho is a quality
I-
player. Like
I'll
they
tell
have
you what
quality
Porro
players.
is.
They have Papa.
I'll tell you what Porro is like. He's just another guy like Zinchenko. They're good footballers. He's a great
He's got
footballer.
more back.
He's a, you know, when he was probably
He's not
as a
Zinchenko.
winger.
Hey,
He was probably
Zinchenko's
pushing up
janky,
guys.
He's definitely
That's what I said to you.
he's
There's
definitely
football
not
on there's
Zinchenko.
football that gets played really on a Saturday, yeah, and we can have a bit with him. You know what I mean? If you're the left winger up against Pedro Porro, like, you know what I mean? Like
Porro's a good player
last week, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
But
He's a
the thing is with Tottenham.
He will never be a top player at a top club, bro.
But this is the thing though. We say this, but then the season just before last season, like Ange Postecoglou's first season, Porro was quality that season. He looked like a quality player. But this is what I'm trying to say. These type of things now.
For his
but what I'm trying to say is these type of players,
good under Ange Porro profiles as an Ange player, bro. All out.
But then again, if he's good under Ange and he played in a certain type of style there, then that means you know that there's certain type of styles you could potentially put him in where he'll be a quality player because he was quality. He wasn't even just good; he was a quality right back that season. Like he looked quality.
You know
Udogie was quality that season as well. So why I think happening with Tottenham
last year?
I think last year they were 17th. The year before, I think they were top 6. The year before.
17th.
17th.
You have to remember.
Porro's been consistently in that team, man.
But again, this is what I'm trying to mention. With Tottenham, it's not necessarily that these players are bad players. There's definitely something else going on in that team.
You want to know what it is?
Let me finish my point. Let me finish my point with what I'm saying with this, because if you even look at even the way that Romero, the captain's even coming out criticizing the board and everything like that, there's something not right that's going on in Tottenham, which is resulting in them playing this badly. Because again, we even saw it with United as well, where everybody was saying, "Oh, sell the whole team. Everybody's terrible. Oh my days, these players are so bad." But then look, as soon as somebody else comes in after 2 games, now these players are suddenly not bad. Now they're suddenly quality players. People were saying, "Whoa, Dorgu, they don't really know what's going on with him." The last few games, Dorgu's been balling.
Not necessarily.
Maino needs to go out on loan. Maino is not good enough in the team. Maino is now come back in the team. He's balling. So this is what I mean. Like there's certain things that happen in certain clubs.
Sack Thomas Frank. Who do they get in charge?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Do you know what it is though with them?
It depends on who's available. I'm not gonna lie.
Their team's weird, bro. Like
Southgate.
It can look good. They have good players, but also
Southgate.
It looks a bit. You know what I mean? Like their next run of fixtures, Man City.
That's a
Man
Southgate
United,
team.
They usually do well against City.
I'm telling you now.
Tottenham always beat City.
Tottenham are a Southgate team.
Tottenham are City's bogey team. Tottenham always beat City.
No, I'm showing you now.
Man United just took points of Arsenal. City just got back in the title race. Luckily, out of nowhere, they just bought Gahey. Like they can beat Spurs. They beat Spurs.
They beat us.
Never know though. Tottenham are one of those tricky games for them.
Right now,
they beat Tottenham. Tottenham beat them last year, and they finished 17th.
How confident are you that Tottenham are going to beat City?
I'm not saying that about
right now.
But this is what I'm saying. Again, listen to what I'm saying. I'm talking to you about what's been happening historically.
Yes, you're talking about
historically. Tottenham, for some reason, it doesn't matter if they're good or they're bad. They seem to always have a chance against City. Last season, they were 1 place above the relegation zone. They still beat City last year. They have this thing where they know how to beat City. I'm not saying they necessarily will this time, but what I'm saying is Tottenham is not an easy game for City for whatever reason, even though it should be. It's not an easy game.
It will be.
I'm showing you
You
now.
never
It will be a walkover, and you can use this as your video evidence.
You
Innit?
never know. You never know.
There is not.
Historically,
Nah, bro. Come on, man. Like, be real with yourself. Like, I know
okay.
you're
So
going
then
on.
again,
I know you're going on.
you're talking about be real. Why wasn't it real last season when Tottenham beat them and Tottenham finished 17th last season? So why wasn't it real then? Like this is what I'm trying to say. You're just saying be real with myself. I've seen historically that even when Tottenham have been terrible, when it comes to them playing against City, they seem to always have a chance. I'm not saying that they will win. If you put me to say, okay, who do I think will win? I'll still obviously pick City because that's the logical pick. But Tottenham always have a chance in that game for some reason.
I'm
That's all
telling
I'm
you.
saying.
I'm saying City are walking that game. I don't even think it will be a close game. I'm showing you. I don't
In
even
the
think
last
it.
6 games, Tottenham have won 3 and City have won 3.
I
Yeah,
don't
so
even.
they always beat City.
I don't
That's
think it.
that's that's what I'm saying. Every single season they beat them. They win like once a season and City beat them.
I'm telling you, I've got no faith in Tottenham for this one. With the way the club
No,
is
no,
right
no, not
now,
the way they're playing. They just lost to West Ham, who didn't win in 10 games, and they just
there you go.
drew
Then goes the
Burnley
City.
night. Like they'll probably
What
win
are
in
they?
the
What are
league.
they suddenly
They'll
gonna
probably
do?
win against in the Champions League, but against City, I think if there's going to be a title race, City are going to start to turn up the pressure now.
Yeah,
But
100%.
But
again,
they've had their
we-
fuck ups, like where they deserve. Like if City win the league, they haven't been like, you know what I
I
mean?
want Villa to win the
do you know
league.
what?
I'm not gonna lie to you.
City are missing something. I think it's not. I don't think it's one of
Villa as
those
well,
things
like
where.
Villa are not showing enough ambition. Like they just brought in Tammy Abraham, like bro.
Yeah, but that's just more of like
Brother, put
cover
some
for.
respect on
That's more of
Abraham's
cover.
name.
That's
Huh?
more of cover just for
Put
Watkins.
some respect on Abraham's name,
Like
bro.
Abraham's a decent
I
backup
like
for
Abraham,
Watkins.
so I'm telling you,
What
put
Like
some
I don't think they're trying to.
at
That's a
4
decent
points
backup.
behind with
I fuck with
how
Abraham.
many games is there left? 16 games left.
Yeah, but they don't need to buy a starting
16
striker. They've
games
got
left.
Watkins.
Like,
They need.
I wouldn't buy Tammy Abraham,
So who
especially if
who
they've
I'd
would
got
buy
like
Tammy
so
Abraham
who
just
would
to
you
especially if
find
they've
buy?
got cash flow problems.
So who would you buy to be a backup striker? Because that's what they bought him for, to be a backup striker for Watkins.
I'd buy Tammy all
I would have
day.
I would
thought
buy like if
I
I'm Villa, I don't
no,
mind buying
bruv,
Tammy Abraham as a backup
I would
striker
not
for
buy
Watkins.
Tammy Abraham as a backup striker. I wouldn't even be buying a backup striker, bro. I'm going for a title challenge.
So who would you buy?
So like I would have brought in Mateta for 35 million. He's available right now, 35 million.
So you think Mateta is gonna want to come in and then potentially be on the bench and play behind
He's
Watkins?
not going to be on the bench,
What, you think Villa will play
You
two
think
strikers?
Mateta is gonna start over Watkins?
bro. I'll
He
let
could.
Emery gets paid £3 million a year to decide.
I'm telling you right now, Watkins, especially in
Get 4 points in
the
the
way
title
that Villa
challenge.
play,
We just had an era where like
Watkins.
most big teams had like 3 or 4 top
And
strikers.
this and this and this, but this is the thing we'll
So
even
you can
think
have a
not
squad. You can have a game
not
where you
necessarily.
can have a team with Watkins and Mateta. Easy.
The thing is about Mateta though.
You don't buy
This is
Tammy
another thing
Abraham.
that's
He's just
happening.
going to be on the bench for
But
80 minutes, bro.
this is the thing that's happening in football though. Somebody like Mateta. Do you know there's a reason why there are not a lot of clubs are like really just pushing the button on that? Like my guy is like 29 years old, 28, 29 years old. He's probably gonna cost you 35, 40 million. Most teams now, when they're going into investments, are not thinking about spending 35, 40 million on a 29-year-old, and there's not going to be any resale value on that. That's seen as just cost down the drain for football clubs nowadays. They'd rather buy somebody that's either cheap. So if you're buying a player that's like in their like late 20s, if they're costing you like maybe 10, 15 million, then yeah, why not get them in? Let them play a few years, and even if they leave on a free, it's perfectly fine. You haven't really put too much of an outlay. But when you're talking about a player that's going to cost you 35, 40 million, and he's like 29 years old, it's a waste of money. They're not going to, no club in this financial market, especially with financial fair play and all these things going on, are going to be looking to do that unless they think that this player is going to come in and automatically change their fortunes and take them onto a next level. Like, for example, like what a Bayern did for somebody like a Kane. But you're not like usually nowadays in football, things have changed. Nowadays, clubs are not doing that anymore. And especially a player that you're going to be buying for that amount of money and he's not necessarily even going to be a starter for you. It doesn't make any sense. Tammy Abraham knows his role. He knows he's going to be coming off the bench, and he's a decent striker. He's not anything special, but when he's fit, like he's scored goals. Even for the Roma team, when Mourinho was there, when he was healthy, he was scoring goals. Even in Italy, like when he's healthy, he can be effective. The same thing that you could even see with something that's even happened right now with Calvert-Lewin. He went to Leeds. Everybody wrote him off, say this guy's dead. Free transfer, they took upon him. now that he's fit and healthy, he's always been able to score goals in the Premier League. And I think this is the reason why they bought somebody like him. He's not expensive. They can get him in. He knows he's going to be a backup. And he's somebody that can be potentially effective and give cover down the line because Watkins is going to be the one that's going to be starting the majority of the games. So that's what I think. So I think I think like getting a player like Mateta, if you're getting a Mateta, especially at his age and the price, you need to guarantee that he's going to be starting. Otherwise, you're wasting your money there.
Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. With Watkins and his injury proneness, I wouldn't even say that was a gamble. I would have bought him. I would have said Marley has a point there, 100%.
He even brings in Duran, and Abraham's the same age as Mateta, and 35.
And Abraham cost like
35
15 million.
35 million.
Abraham cost
35.
Yeah, Abraham
cost
cost
18 million pounds.
Yeah, but bro,
okay, 18 million. So he cost less than half. He cost less than half.
what you have
35
to
million
remember
pounds over
is
4 seasons is 8 million pounds. So.
yeah, but you're paying for guaranteed.
Okay,
goals,
and then
bro.
how much is
That's what
18
you're
million
paying for.
over 4 seasons?
With
This is
Mateta,
what I'm trying to say.
I think Mateta is the perfect profile.
No, 100% because you're paying for guaranteed goals. You know
And
he'll grab
4-year
goals.
contract, £8 million a year. Mateta is reliable in the Prem. He's the perfect profile. He's a different profile to Watkins. He wants to get into the World Cup squad. He's won
I'm
the
telling
FA
you
Cup.
right
He's
now,
hold up play.
even for
He's
Mateta himself,
like,
that's a bad move for him himself.
and Villa, I don't know, like for example,
that's a bad move.
They bought Evan Gussard for like 25-30 million pounds. They've got Harvey Elliott in on loan. They probably had an agreement to buy Harvey Elliott for like 40 million pounds. He's not playing. They're paying half of Sancho's wages. So, you know,
Harvey Elliott is a young player. Gessand is not that old either.
He's not playing
like
though.
But what I'm trying to say is that even though these players are not necessarily playing, they're still. But what I'm trying to say is they're still young enough to have resale value. So you can take a punt on somebody like a Harvey Elliott who's in his early 20s, and let's say you do pull the trigger and spend 40 million on him. You know, if he doesn't pan out in the next 2-3 years, you can still sell him for money.
Right,
If
cool.
listen to me, if Mateta gets bought for 40 million and he doesn't work out, you're not getting more. You're not even getting 10 million back for him.
But what's the
Like, this is the problem. This is what I'm trying to say. You've just sunk in 40 million and you're not getting anything back for it. All these other players like Gessen and all these other players that you're mentioning, they all have resale value. Gessen will probably, if he flops, you could probably still sell him for 25 to 30 million.
Of that happening? Palace are
what I'm
playing
trying
as
to say.
poorly as they are, and he's still grabbing goals, bro. You put him in a team like
£8 million a year. Mateta is in the peak of.
They're not thinking about it as just 8
the peak
million.
of their powers. Like
They're not thinking about. This is how I'm telling you right now. Look at how clubs are moving nowadays. I'm telling you right now.
Newcastle just bought Wissa for like 55
Wissa
million.
is like 24, 25 years old. This is what I'm trying to say to you, bro. Like, you're not listening to me. Like, these type of players are.
Wissa than older than Mateta, bro. What are you talking
Let's see how old Wissa is. Let me Google it right now because I know Wissa's like in his mid to early 20s.
Wissa's 29 years old, bro.
Is Wissa 29?
Double down on being wrong. It's just like it's long.
Is he 29 years old, Wissa?
What's his 29 years old?
Waiting
Anyway,
okay, that's a poor signing on Newcastle. I thought he was younger than that. So that's a poor signing on Newcastle.
Brilliant signing for Villa.
So that was but you see that now. Cool. You see what Newcastle have just run right now. That was a panic buy. And that's going to hurt them moving forward.
But that's what invalidates your point, because with Mateta, he's still going to guarantee you goals.
But I think buying Wissa actually proves my point, because now Newcastle have spent 40-something million on a 29-year-old player who's been injured the majority of the season, and now his value is just tanking. And then now this type of player right now, Wissa, you're getting nowhere near that. So you just basically sunk 40 million in on a panic buy, because you were trying to replace Isak. So you were just trying to find somebody. They went and sold, okay, we'll sell you that. They bought him 29-year-old, and now look at where you're gonna be now.
Okay,
now you just sunk with that cost. You're not receiving any of that back.
That's one example.
That was a panic buy. That was a panic buy.
All right, but that's a panic buy for Newcastle. But the fact of the matter is, Mateta is going.
I don't think it was a panic buy. I think they overpaid.
But that's why it was a panic. That's why it was a panic buy, because they overpaid.
It's not like they panicked. Like, oh my god, who are we gonna buy? We're gonna buy Wissa.
No. They
Against
panicked. They
bad
panicked
Wissa.
as in they
Even if
needed to
Isak
buy a
stayed, I think they
striker.
would have bought Wissa.
But,
Wissa again was a profile of an attacker, and
but
they
this is
went
what I
over
mean, though.
overpay for that,
But
regardless of the
what?
age and the
But when
value.
I'm saying that he's a panic buy, is the reason why they spent so much on him is because they lost Isak and they needed to find a replacement, and it was getting towards the end of the transfer window, and they were just like, "Oh crap, we haven't signed anybody. We really need a striker." They went into the season; they had no strikers. They were playing Anthony Gordon up front. They needed to buy a striker, so that's why they paid the amount of money. I can guarantee, if you ask Newcastle at the start of the season, ew, if you want to go and buy Wissa, how much money would you spend on? They probably would have told you 25 million max. At the absolute maximum. They would have got nowhere near 40 something million on Johan Wissa. I'm telling you right now, you'll see a change happen in the market now. So there's a reason why Mateta has been good for last season, even this season. There's a reason why a lot of teams, you hear rumors here and there, but you see a lot of teams are holding off in buying him, and there's a reason for that. Because there was even Juventus that were even interested. Again, they started hearing 35, 40 million. They're not looking to buy him anymore because they're
What?
thinking
So
to
you're trying to
themselves,
tell me you wouldn't pay that amount of money for at least 15 goals a season? Yeah, you're crazy.
what
I
I
know I
wouldn't,
am. I know I am.
what I'm not saying what I would or would not do. I'm telling you what's happening in the market. In the market nowadays, these teams are not looking to spend 30, 40 million on players that they have no
For
reason.
Villa, that would be the difference between the Premier League and second place.
How
That's
would
what
it
you
be
don't
that if he's
understand.
not even a guaranteed starter? It would have even been a different thing.
Are you trying to tell me in the next
Let's even
15
say
games that we're not going to
let,
see Ollie Watkins?
let me even see this. Let me even say this. Sorry, if
I
it was
can
a situation,
guarantee it.
let me even say this. If it was even a situation where, let's say, maybe they needed a starting striker, then okay, potentially you can probably see them thinking, okay, maybe if it's we're thinking about what we can probably achieve in
That's
terms of
how
our
I know you
Chelsea,
have not
the
been
next
watching Villa
one or
this
two,
season.
the
That's
next
how I
one or two
know.
seasons,
No, no, no,
we
no,
And
could
no.
probably
hey,
do something.
You've
But
not been watching.
in a long
AU don't play
but
free
if you're buying a striker,
I'm
you're not even
telling you,
guaranteed,
this guy doesn't realize
bro.
that
He
Ollie
doesn't play
Watkins has
I'm
free
been
telling you
kick.
right
healthy.
now,
He doesn't.
How
Stop
many times has Ollie?
lying.
No, no, no,
team in
bro,
world
bro.
Trying to,
football
Stop,
is
stop,
gonna
trying
stop,
to,
stop.
spend no
How
team in
many
world football
times has
is gonna
Ollie
spend
Watkins
30,
been
40
injured
million
this
on a
season?
backup
No, bro,
striker.
you're not
That's
hearing it.
stupid.
How
That's
many
stupid.
times has Ollie Watkins been injured this season?
It doesn't matter about being
No, it does
injured.
matter.
No,
Because
it
if you've got
doesn't.
another striker who can walk in and
Again,
give you those
oh
15
my
goals that you
days.
need
Oh
when
my
Ollie Watkins
days.
is sitting on the injury bench, are you
Oh
not
my
happy?
days.
Would you not pay for that? Because I know I would.
Again,
I
this
know
is
I would.
again. You really think a team like Villa is going to spend
Brother, listen
40
to what I
million
just said.
on a
Listen to the
striker
scenario.
that is probably not going to start for
How?
them?
Okay, okay, but you're
Doesn't make
saying
sense.
that. How many times has Ollie Watkins been injured this year?
It doesn't make sense.
It does make sense.
yeah, of
How
course
many
it
I'm
does.
telling
times
you right now.
is he been injured
I
this
don't
year?
shout about this guy. Like, oh,
And he doesn't want to hear it, and I understand that.
Bro,
You
look,
have
just
your
look in the.
point in it,
I'm
but
telling you, I'm
all,
telling you
all all
something.
these people
I'm
who are
telling you
watching this
something that you
podcast
can
will
go and
tell you today.
you can go and research it yourself. I'm telling you right now. Most teams nowadays are not looking to do these type of things. Go research it yourself. You can look into how clubs are now moving in the transfer market. They're not looking to do these type of things. It's only on
Why?
rare occasions that they would do that. You're not think like how things are now financially. For why do you think Villa are already struggling financially? You didn't
All
really see
right,
them have that
cool,
much
but
of a
they're
big
yeah,
summer.
also
he's only a
You're
year older
really
than
gonna tell
Domino. He's only a year
you're
older than
good.
Domino's.
Yeah, you're not listening to what I'm saying. You're gonna spend 40 million on a striker that's not guaranteed to start for you. It doesn't make any
Arsenal did
sense.
that.
It doesn't
Arsenal
make any
did that,
sense.
and their striker ain't really scoring goals, bro.
They
So
didn't do. They bought
Tottenham,
Gyökeres thinking that
Tottenham,
Gyökeres was going to
Tottenham
start
just
for them.
bought Conor Gallagher for 35 million pound, bro.
that's
Like,
a steal.
Again, Conor
Mateta,
Gallagher is not
Mateta,
old.
the firepower
Conor
of
Gallagher
Mateta
is not old. And again,
going
Conor
into
Gallagher, and
Champions League
again,
next year. Like, and Emery was loving it when you had Duran and Watkins like battling against each other.
how many games did Duran start
You know what
over
I'm saying? Like,
Watkins? Not
so,
many.
bro, like,
And
I just think
how many
I think
games did Duran start
I
over
think
Watkins?
Mateta
Okay, but he grabbed
is a
goals.
market
So
opportunity. Juve don't
But
have
again, how
anybody
many
anyway.
games?
They're trying to loan
No,
him.
but what I'm trying to say is Duran never even look at that. That's a perfect example. Duran was a quality player. Every time he came on, he was always doing something. When him and Watkins were both fit, how many games did Duran start over Watkins?
okay, and then how many games was Ollie Watkins sitting on the sideline?
Again, You keep on talking about him being on the sidelines. The majority of seasons,
he's such an injury-prone player. I don't
majority of
understand why
seasons,
you're not taking this
the
into
majority
consideration.
of seasons, he's healthy for the majority of the
season.
season.
It's been Buendia and my boy Rogers. It's not even a Watkins error. Like, if you're watching Villa, he's not been starting. He's bringing him off. Like, it's been like Buendia and Rogers.
Bro,
And I know this.
Watkins has come back in the
I've been
team.
buffing it from outside the box. I watched Villa quite a few times this year.
Bro,
I have. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm telling you right now.
When you said that, I knew where you were going.
I'm telling you right now. When Watkins is healthy, Watkins is playing and he's starting for Villa. 100%.
No,
100% he is.
No, that's what you assume.
It's not what I assume.
But if you've actually watched early Villa, if you watched early Villa this year, it weren't a Watkins thing.
Yeah, it's bro. When Fergie bought Berbatov and he had Tevez, Rooney, and Ronaldo, like, bro, come on, man.
Bro, you're talking about Man United, who are, first of all, a far richer club than what Villa have ever been.
Okay,
Secondly, let me finish my point. Secondly, let me finish my point. No, I'm not talking shit. Secondly, you're talking about a team that played two. You're talking about a team that played two strikers predominantly. You're talking about a team that played two strikers predominantly as well. So these are things that you're not factoring in. Like United back then, you needed to have at least 3-4 strikers because of the way and the formation that we played.
Have you seen the Premier League? Have you seen the Premier League, the top three right now? Yeah. You're trying to tell me 15 goals is not going to win you the Premier League and you wouldn't spend 40 million on that?
Bro,
smoking.
Bro,
I don't know what you're smoking, but I know what I'm doing, innit? I'm telling you right now, I'm spending 40 million. To win the Premier League, I'm spending 40 million.
Like, you need options. You need options.
I'm doing it. I'm pulling the trigger.
That's what any
I'm telling you right now. This is one thing that you're not factoring in as well. This is another thing that you're just being clueless about. For some reason,
no.
Even forget resale value. Think about things logically. You think Mateta, again, you were talking about a World Cup year. You think Mateta is going to want to transfer into a situation where the manager's going to tell him, you might not be the starter. You have stiff competition to get into the
games
team.
to go.
And you think that he's going to risk that he's going to risk. No, think about it.
I'm asking you.
Okay, let me even give it to you this way. This is how you guys not even think about things. Why do you think for Tottenham it was so hard for them when they had Harry Kane to buy a backup striker? Because any striker of any quality that knew they were coming in knew they were never going to start over Kane. Why do you think Tottenham always had such a big problem of, we can't get a striker, we can't get a backup striker for Kane? Why do you think they were struggling so much? Because especially if you're coming in as a quality player and you know there's another quality player in that position, if you know you're not going to be a guaranteed star, especially in a World Cup year, why are you going to leave a position that you're already starting in to go into a position that you're uncertain in? When especially with somebody like Mateta who has just got into the France team. So these are the things that you're not thinking about. So it's not even just about resale value, which is even a big factor into what a lot of clubs are thinking about now. But again, when you're going into a situation, especially in a World Cup year where you're not guaranteed to start, that's a risky transfer. That's for him himself.
You know what I'm going to say? You're waffling, brother. Villa right now in the position they're in, yeah. And I'm going to say it again. 35 million, 40 million to go win Premier League. Ollie Watkins is definitely.
Does Mateta think he's going to start every game?
Getting injured in the next 16 games.
Does Mateta think he's going to start? Do you know what happens when you sign a player? Salsa, do you know what happens when you sign a player? This ain't just like Football Manager where you will just tell them, oh yeah, you're going to be starting, you're going to be a key player, and they just say, okay then. These players actually think about the situation they're going into. They go into these talks. They sit down. The manager talks to them about how they're going to be used in the team. If he's going into a situation now, especially it being a World Cup year, he's just going into the French team.
What, playing under the said manager that he's playing under?
He needs to be going into a situation. Listen to what I'm saying. He wants to go into a situation, especially in this type of year, where he's thinking, I am going to be starting. I'm coming in as the player that is going to be the focal point
and you genuinely
of this attack.
Think,
If he goes into Villa, he's not guaranteed that. He's not
Brother,
guaranteed.
you're not. Well,
not
you see, this is how I know you're not
He's not
thinking. This
guaranteed.
is Mateta, yeah, Mister. He's 29 now, yeah. Do you really think he's gonna be doing Mbappe things, or is he gonna be doing Oliver Giroud things?
This is exactly
And
That's
that's what I'm gonna
nonsense.
say to you. That's what I'm gonna say to you. He will get picked for the squad no matter what.
That's not true.
Guaranteed.
That is not true.
Guaranteed.
That is not true.
Guaranteed.
That is
Guaranteed. He'll get picked for the squad because you know
that's
why?
No,
Because he
like
can
not
do what
guaranteed,
Giroud
but
did.
that's
I
not true.
think if he goes
That's
to
not
Villa
guaranteed.
and he plays a crucial role in, like, you know what I'm
Then
saying,
winning Prem, yeah, guaranteed.
making a run in the Europa League, then
Come on.
finishing the top floor,
Come on.
and then playing two games a week next year, like, and if you know Watkins,
He's getting in that. He's getting in that
Watkins and
squad.
Mateta could play together in certain games, and like, do you know what I'm saying? I don't think it's a conversation like you come in and like. I think Mateta's, you know what I'm saying? They will battle it out. They will battle it out. They will
100%. And Emery's
Emery,
not stupid.
you know what I mean?
If-
That's the difference at the end of the day of the level of where they're at.
Do you see it? And
I don't think
Emery's not a dumb
Mateta is
coach.
a different.
If Emery
Liverpool
genuinely thought,
had
yeah,
Darwin Núñez, Gakpo. They bought all these guys, big money, bro. Not guaranteed minutes. The
there
resale
you
value
go.
is one thing, but he's not even old. He's 28. You give him a 4-year contract. That's £8 million per year. His profile of player, he will age well.
Oh, it's not even age well, bro. 15. Look, as I said, I expect him to get 15 goals a season. He'll give me 15 goals a season. That's all I want from him.
Well,
He'll give me
I'm not even thinking about the goals. I'm thinking about what he does in general of all around.
Yeah, he's got the work ethic.
Bro.
And to be fair, I'd rather be playing under fucking Emery than playing under Glasner right now.
Let me even just give you a good just a real just a thought point. We've all seen Mateta is a good player, isn't it? We all know he's a good player. Think about this. He's a good player and everybody can see he's a good player. Why are no bigger clubs going in for him?
No,
I said
because it's
Villa. I did
January.
not say Man
It's
United. I
January,
didn't
and
even
what
say
are you talking about?
Huh?
Bigger clubs? Who are bigger clubs?
No, I'm talking about big clubs in general. You hear other clubs
What
being
big
linked
clubs
with
are
him,
not
like you hear,
buying to buy him, or what are you talking
Yeah,
about?
no, Juve
You're saying big clubs,
were linked
what,
with him.
PSG to buy him?
No. What
You
I'm trying to say is
5-10 strikers. They got Blahovic.
again, but they were still linked to him. All of their strikers are not really playing well. Only they play.
What big clubs? Latoro and Marcus Thuram are into.
But this is what I'm trying to say to you, bro.
What
No
are you-
other team. The teams now
in
that you're looking
January,
at.
no, it's a market opportunity for Villa.
Again,
That's the whole point that we were
it's
saying.
not. It's not a market opportunity for
It's a
them. I'm
market
telling you now.
opportunity for Villa.
They
Villa
don't
in a
see it.
unique
They don't see it as an
situation.
opportunity.
They're in a
I
unique
agree with that.
situation where they could actually appeal to this player who is open to a move. I don't think he's down tools he hasn't down tools at Crystal Palace. But if there is a club out there that want to get in early because I think his contract's running down, then yeah. So Tammy Abraham, he's had a massive injury. Besiktas only bought him for 11 million just in the summer. He's had an uptick of goals in Turkey. I mean, the level of Turkey, bro. There's guys that are still, you know what
Why
I'm
do you
saying?
think Gyökeres was so good in Portugal? You see it? Come on, boy.
But
Aye.
Tammy Abraham has been proven in Italy. He's proven in the
And
Premier League.
I
He's a
just think
proven goal
like
scorer wherever he's
if
been.
Tammy
So
Abraham comes in and scores, like, you know what I mean? It doesn't move the needle. I think I would have gone for Mateta or
And paid
you
the
know,
extra. Regardless of FFP.
well, my
And
man.
besides,
I think
you're saying
the
that like Villa
profile. I'm
haven't been
buying the
sold players.
profile. I would have looked at my man at Wolves as well.
Oh, what's his name? Strand Larsen. Yeah.
I would have looked at
He's
Strand Larsen.
decent. He's
Strand Larsen for 40-something million, and he's not even scoring goals this season.
I would have tried to get him for 30 million.
That's a big risk, especially when he's out of form as much as he's out of form with how
This is
Wolves are
why I'm
playing.
one of the best football
That's
managers of all time, Andrew, bro. AU.
I don't think you are.
What else knows about me, bro?
But you're not though.
I'm one of the best managers of all time, bro.
So what achievements have you done? Tell me something great you done.
I finished in the top 200 in countrywide in Dream Team, bro.
Boy, that's not Football Manager. So you're talking about
Currently
Football Manager.
now in the top 300 in the top.
That's
2,000.
fantasy football. That ain't Football Manager you're talking about.
He knows how to put
But
a team.
that's not Football Manager.
Don't make me get my level 2 talent identification FA badge out, bro.
No, this guy.
So that
But
you
you went from
scatter
football
midfield.
manager to fantasy football. Those are
I'm
two
a
different things,
technical
man.
director. I'm a director of football. I was telling you, man, to get Carrick in September. Man could have paid me for that info. I could have gone and sat down with my man Nice and said to him
That's
like, "Yo, let my man kill himself because you know what? You got Carrick, a distressed asset here. Come true, calm things down."
look, all I'm saying is, yeah, you see, when it comes to this January transfer window, there are a way that clubs can move smart. Certain clubs don't want to move smart. Like, I'm telling you, this whole
I seen a couple deals flying about.
brother, do you know what? Let's talk about this, innit? Gay 20 million, yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'd rather have let him go on a free. Fuck it, I would have kept him Shanghaied for the season. Like, I'm mad. You ain't going no. Fuck it, I don't care. Let him go on a free, brother. I'd rather take the loss. You're staying and you're playing, innit?
I don't even know. I think I would take the FA Cup and just. I don't give a shit after that.
Brother, I ain't letting him go nowhere. I don't care. If I'm Glasner, he's
No, but that's the
chewing.
thing.
Glasner himself is going.
Glasner himself's not been committed.
Yeah, he's going
Yeah,
himself.
of course he's going. Of course he's going. He said it himself. If you sell my captain, I'm bouncing. He's not in it no more. He's just showing up for the paycheck.
He's probably gonna leave before the end of the season, to be fair.
I don't think he will, you know. I think he'll stay. You know why he'll stay? Because he'll get his compensation package. He's not stupid, bro. He wants them to sack him.
When I mean he's gonna leave, I mean they're probably gonna get rid of him by the end of the
Yeah,
season.
of course they
That's
will.
what I
They
mean.
have to. They'll have to because he ain't leaving. He wants his compensation, bro. If they
He's already
fuck
said
him,
he's gonna leave, so there's no point of him resigning. So he's there.
yeah, but the
they're
performance
gonna
is
have
gonna
to
be
get
so
rid of him.
bad.
I think we kind of got dismayed. Like, so are we saying that Slot's gonna get sacked or what?
100%.
No, he's not gonna get sacked. That would be a
He should
stupid.
get sacked, just like Arteta should get sacked if Arsenal don't win the Premier League this year.
That's
No,
a complete.
Arteta's definitely got to go to the end of the season.
That's a completely different situation.
Why?
Because they could fuck around and sack Arteta and end up somewhere they didn't want to be.
What do you mean? Arsenal was in a place they don't want to be already, brother. 3 years in a row,
Nah,
you've seen different teams in Prem.
Top of the league is not where they don't want to be. They just need to stay there. There's a difference.
Do you think? All right,
they're
cool.
in the
In
position.
your heart of hearts, no. Knowing Arsenal's history, as you like to bring up people's history, knowing Arsenal's history, yeah. Do you genuinely think 4 points ahead right now they're winning Premier League? I'm telling you, no, innit?
Again,
I'll put score on it right now.
my
On this
opinion
pod,
on
right now,
my
I'll put
opinion
score
on
on it
whether
right
or
now.
not
Arsenal winning Prem.
bro,
I just think
my thoughts on where I think they're gonna finish is completely irrelevant to them being in a good position right now.
There's being in a good position. There's being in a good position, and there's the Arsenal curse that hits them every year, innit? And it's hit them every year for the past.
I don't think league titles get won in January, bro. So the final legs, the final sprint, whose legs are looking fresher.
I'm telling you.
I like Semenyo. I like Cherky, Foden. I like if Haaland starts to get it back. But this
forget all of that. Forget
the
that.
Thing is,
I like Ollie Watkins.
The thing is about City. City are looking kind of flimsy though. Do you know one thing? I was gonna say this about City.
But that's where Gay comes into it.
But no, not even. I'm not talking about in centre back. I'm talking about in midfield. They look flimsy. They've lost that rigidity, and I think one thing they need to probably change is they need to play Nico and they need to play Rodri together. I don't think they can go in with this one pivot anymore because I think with the way teams are playing nowadays, that one pivot is just getting overran. Like even look what happened against United. Like we were as soon as we got on the ball, like we were just getting the ball past them so easily. Even look what happened to them against Bodo Glimt. Bodo Glimt were just completely overrunning their midfield, and Rodri just came on, got sent off. Like, so they have to be careful because I think with the way they're trying to play with that single pivot, I think they need more support in there because I think their midfield is looking flimsy, and I think they need to make a change in that middle of the park. Otherwise, they're gonna be too open in the middle. They need more solidity there.
I think with City, they're gonna just play to the end of the season. They'll play that soak it up football. With the way that they built up a defense right now, they can afford to do it and hit teams on the counter, and they will love it.
What do you mean? See, you've been terrible defensively.
Haaland will be playing like he's back at Dortmund.
All right, Don Salsa. I think Ghana can travel England in the summer. You know, Semenyo and Kudus and
Ooh.
Sulemana.
But this is the thing. We're talking about Spurs. Spurs bought Kudus. Kudus is a good player. Why is Kudus playing terribly at Spurs? Why is he injured?
I'll play Kudus in Cam,
Brother,
Sulemana
because
on
it's
the
the
right.
Spurs effect. It's the
Semenyo.
Spurs effect.
But this is the point. This is the point I was trying to make before. It's not that Spurs are like Spurs have a quality team. They
No,
just need
Spurs effect
to.
too.
They just need to They just need to be able to galvanize that team in some
Yeah,
type
but
of
this
way.
is what's gonna happen with the whole Arsenal thing. This is what I'm trying to tell you now, innit? Certain men are trying to tell me that Arsenal winning Premier League this year. I'm telling you, no, it's not happening.
No, they could win the Premier
now
League,
it's
but
not
they
happening.
if they what they would need to do is they would need to bring me and Andrew until the end of the season. They ain't gonna win it with Arteta, bro.
Brother,
I don't think they will. I don't
I'm
think
telling you
I don't
now.
think they
telling you
will.
now,
But they have a chance. I don't think they will though.
brother. Right now,
Arsenal losing Prem. Arsenal not winning.
Arteta tried to be too clever, like you know what I'm saying. Like he was indulging in the Calafiores and the Timbers. It was good, man. Like Zuba was just coming in and corners and Rice and
Timber is quality.
bro. And now it's like if you start adding up the transfer values of these guys, yeah, and you start to pay attention. Like no
And you
wonder
really
why they
deep
need
it.
to. Because I work near the stadium, innit? So I see how many fans they get for the women's games. Trust me, bro. Because listen to this, yeah, bro. They bought Zinchenko for like 35, 40 mil. He's going for a free transfer. Tomiyasu, 25 mil, free transfer.
They're poor. They're poor at selling players. They're poor at selling.
Bro, I'm in a
They
relegation
get no
battle.
resale on
If
Gyökeres.
you offered me Gyökeres for 25 mil, I'm negotiating 10 mil off that money, bro.
Preach.
Jesus is one of those guys, yeah, that will be playing football until he's an old man. Just one of those ballers. But he's not know what I mean? That was a 55 million pound player.
Hey, Villa could do well with Jesus. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No,
Yeah,
that's
I think Jesus can go back to Brazil.
He will.
He needs to go just chill out in the sun or something. That guy's
He
always
will. He probably will.
he needs the sun to heal his bones. But yeah, but with Arsenal, like even one thing that it was even like with how strange they've even moved. So they went and spent all this money on like players like Noni Madueke and all of this, but then they had somebody like Ethan and Anieri, and didn't even give Anieri a chance, and he's immediately gone. Marseille scored on his debut.
Brother.
But yet he got no football. Like, why would you not at least give this player a chance who looks like a quality player, who actually looks like he has some invention? But this is what I'm trying to say about the wrong decisions. I don't have any faith in him. I just said I don't think they're winning the league. So how am I having faith in somebody that I don't believe who's 4 points clear right now is going to win the league?
These decisions alone should show you this is why they're not winning the league. You have good youth. You're letting them go. You're playing dead sauce like Gyökeres and these man there. Like Moreno is probably the best striker that Arsenal have had in the last year or two. Yet you still brought in some.
That's fact.
I know it's fact. I know.
Moreno's not a joke though. That's my guy, bro.
I know. This
Marino's
is my guy, bro. That one.
Right now, again, these are market opportunities, bro. These are players. These are profiles of players that you know what I mean. The 3G chess, when you drop them into your team, bro, you can do stuff.
Brother, you've heard of players changing changing where they normally play to suit a team, and then they end up inheriting that in the new. Brother, he's a centre forward. Brother,
He's not centre forward.
No, but the way he plays,
but you can play. You go in certain games. He can be effective there, but I would not
in certain games.
I would not put for going into a season. I would not say I want Mikel Merino to be my starting striker.
Do you know who Mikel Merino is?
Yes,
do you remember, you guys? I'm going to give you this last one in because this has been a long one, boys. Yeah, but we're going to throw it straight back for the Barclays men. Do you remember Tim Cahill, bro?
He was a baller.
Come on.
Yeah, I can see your brain ticking over. What is this? Those box crashing.
Bags man. He was a bags man.
All right.
Well, that guy could jump, bro. Like that guy wasn't tall, but that guy was used to jump and get headers.
That was the same era as Arteta as well. No, am I wrong?
Yeah.
Hey, that was the same era as Arteta at Everton. What?
When Tim Cahill was crashing the box, bro.
Come on.
Problems.
It happens. And this is it. Like, there are certain players who can do it, innit? Because of their natural ability and what they can physically do. It doesn't matter. Like, you're telling me Marino's not a striker, but bro, I guarantee you his
his last season was 10 times better than Gyökeres' current season at Arsenal.
Gyökeres.
So are
Gyökeres
you
is
are
the
you are you
same
are you telling me that you think that Arsenal in what they're doing should forget about strikers and just turn Mourinho into a full-time striker, and then
Brother,
that's what's going to win them.
did he not score against United? Did you not watch the same game I watched? Did you see
Bro,
Gyökeres
did you
score
not
though?
did you not see his goal against United? A set piece, the ball was all fumbling around everywhere, and then he gets a little tap in. That had nothing to do
Brother,
with him playing
did
up
he
front.
grab a goal or not?
Did he play
Is
up
the
front?
question that I'm asking you.
Did he play
Did
up
he
front
grab
in
a
that
goal or
game?
not? Did
Did he play?
Gyökeres grab a goal? Has
Did he
Gyökeres grabbed a
did
goal in his last couple?
Did
Nah,
did
come on, bro.
Mourinho play up front in that game? No. So what does Mourinho playing up front
No,
have
but
to
I
do with
think
him
the
grabbing
overall
goals?
point is just that Mourinho is so balanced that Mourinho has probably been their best performance striker over the last few years.
I know he has been, but what I'm trying to say is that
And
it's
that's
definitely
balanced.
still
And like,
it's still not him playing up front for the
if you add
majority.
up
I think
transfer
South is
fees,
actually legit seriously
No,
saying that
I'm
Mourinho.
legit serious.
This is
No,
what
I
I'm
am
saying.
legit
He's not
serious.
joking around. He legit thinks
Brother,
they should put Mourinho up front, and then
why
that should
not?
be their
uh,
His
striker.
scoring record so far over Gyökeres is 10 times better as a striker than Gyökeres.
if we combine Gyökeres, Jesus, and Havertz's transfer fees, we're looking at like 150, 60 million pounds. And this is what I'm saying, bro.
It's more than that.
This is what I'm saying, bro. This is why they need people like us on the director of football, bro.
That's like close to 200 million.
Do you
Havertz
know
was
what I
like
mean?
70. Havertz was like 75 million. Gyökeres was like 65 million. And then Jesus was like what 40, 50 million. That's like
Arsenal were
that's like
really
pushing
on,
close to 200
look,
million.
look. If I'm Arsenal and I'm really on spending this stupid money, you know who I would have bought this season instead of buying Gyökeres? For the same money, I probably could have bought this Don, yeah, and he probably would have been 10 times better. And forgive me if for saying this, yeah, but I would have bought Evan Ferguson. I
No
stand on
way.
and I stand
That
on it.
was
Bro, you're stuck in
that's
football manager.
like
Evan Ferguson's
don't
not great anymore,
don't
bro.
tell- that's like you
That's
know
terrible, bro.
that's
That's
like
like
going
that.
to
My guy thinks it's football manager 2024 or something. When he was
that's like
watching,
Nah, bro, I
he ain't the
stand
same.
on it.
He ain't the same
that's
Evan
like
Ferguson
that's like
anymore,
going
brother.
to that's like going to that's literally going to
stand on
Bolton to draw things.
Nah, man, take your
Man said I'm
shot,
gonna go draw things, but I'm gonna go draw things in Bolton. That's the decision making that you're
brother.
making right now.
Brother, rate this
That's
guy,
poor,
you
bro.
know.
Do you know who
Rate
Arsenal
this
actually
guy.
should have got? Do you know who Arsenal actually should have got?
Rate him.
Benjamin Sesko would have actually been elite for their team. I can't even lie. He would be balling for them.
What
That's
man
who they
headed?
should.
What
That's who
man
they
headed
should.
for
That's who they should have gone all out for. Because Sesko's profile would have fit Arsenal far better
I
than
think
what Gyökeres did.
Osman at Arsenal would have been,
Osman as well would be
and it would have
quality.
fit the culture. It would have fit the culture.
But the thing is about Osman as well. I think again another reason why a lot of players weren't going
Black,
for him.
Black
I think
stars at
he's
Arsenal, they do well.
Osman's a money man. Osimhen's a money man. I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of teams aren't going for him. Because I think in Turkey, my guy's just caking. Like he's making so much peace out there. And I think with Turkey, like I watched one video about like Turkish football, like randomly. Apparently over there, they basically pay all of their players' taxes as well. So they're paying that guy like 300,000-400,000 a week. And he's not paying any taxes, and he's just living lavish out there. And Niger man are about peace. Like he's just caking. He don't even care about leaving, bro. He's chilling there. Going back now, it's just like, bro, like, yeah, these Niger man, like, I'm telling you right now, he's loving Turkey right now. I can tell you that right now.
I would have done a what's it called? What let's like just quickly off the top of my head, this is not even thinking about it, yeah. So what? Arsenal bought Gyökeres, I would have bought Osimhen, yeah. We'll call it the same money, and then we're gonna look at Eze, bro. I would have got Lookman for like half the price, bro.
Yeah, you got a point. And Lookman's been balling out. Last few seasons, he's been balling out.
I like what they did with that Hippocampe guy. Again, like these are the profiles. You see a profile, market opportunity, you buy it.
And Lookman, do you know what?
I think Arsenal.
But
Arsenal weren't really looking for a winger. I don't think. I think with Eze, they
do
were
a
looking for
football
somebody
manager
that can play across.
They
They were looking for a player that can play
manager
across.
on the screen.
Yeah, but you're saying that, and they've left man on the bench for how many games in a row?
But this is what I mean, though. I think they bought him so he can play in the centre midfield. He can play on the wings. I think they needed something versatile.
But he ain't played.
Lookman is legitimate, just the front three, and mainly on the wings.
They ain't played man since November.
But they should have. He would have been far better than Martinelli. Like he's a quality player, so they probably should just bought him and got rid of Martinelli because Martinelli is trash. They should, if they're gonna buy if instead of buying Noni Madueke or something like that, then they should have bought somebody like a Lookman instead. Like that would have made more sense. But yeah, Arsenal, I don't know what they're doing.
What should we do a little football manager thing? Can we do that?
What?
What do you mean?
I'll show you, man, that these man, when it comes to managerial things, there's the top, there's the creme de la creme, and then there's Salsa and there's AU, bro. Them man, they're not at the
Bro,
top
what
table.
have you ever achieved? What have
They're
you
not at
achieved
the
in
top
football?
table with Mal.
Bro, what have you done in Football Manager, bro? I can guarantee that anything that you've done in that game, I've done 10 times more than what you done in that game, bro.
To be honest,
Bro, I took Barnet from
real.
from the Conference League and I won the Champions League with Barnet. Barnet FC.
West
Do you know what
Ham's the
happened?
only thing I
Do
bro.
you know what happened with Barnet? Our stadium was so small that they moved us into Fulham Stadium in the Premier League, and I went and won Champions League with them.
Yeah.
I saved Deportivo from the second division. I got them promoted. One Champions League with Deportivo, bro. Like, bro, you're not doing them type of things there, bro.
Like Tottenham's champions.
You're not,
Like,
bro, you're not doing things. Bro, you ain't doing things like that, bro. You're doing things like you'll take over a West Ham. You might win a Premier League with them. Oh,
not
yeah,
my.
That's light work, bro. Like that type of thing. With West Ham, you can win the Premier League within a season or two in Football Manager, bro. That's easy work, bro. Go take Barnet from the Conference League. Go win Champions League with them. I'll be impressed. And then you can start talking about top management.
Nah, man. West
You
Ham
ain't do them things there, bro.
Let's put it this way.
You ain't got them type of accolades.
My next save is gonna be Wrexham. That's who it's gonna be.
Nah, man, that's dead, bro.
I'm doing movie star sauce.
Bro,
do you know what I did the other day? I took over Palmer. You know what I did? I took over Palmer. Todd Bowley took over Palmer as well. He bought out the club. I won Champions League with him.
Luton.
I buy in 5-2 in the final, bro. Like my team on Football Manager, I do next things on that game, bro. I go and start. I do little projects. Go start saving club. Go save Deadpool.
Let's wrap up. We're gonna come back soon. We've got more stuff coming, man. Thank you.
Then come on.
Yeah, take care, people.
I sign off.